This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching.
Good ride powers activate.
Form of an objective reviewer.
Form of my opinion and mildly offensive jokes about this snowboard.
And this is the Jones Aviator. And we rode this with Adidas Tactical ADVs, Northwave Decades, which we really, Peter really enjoys. Yeah, good time for a narrow-footed rider. We got this in some varying terrain, late spring, post-COVID, just quick little opening to get a couple days in on this, and we compared it against the Ultra Mountain Twin. And Mountain Twin, we wish we had the Frontier because that's part of this all-mountain category in Jones's line, but we didn't have that. This takes... It's not quite as directional as the Frontier, but it takes it a step further in directional shape than the Twins you see to the side of you, the directional Twins. And it's a very light, very poppy board with a little more camber than your average hybrid camber boards in Jones's line, and a little more spoon tech that doesn't quite blend in the same point as most of those other boards do. It starts a little before the camber ends. And it's a very different ride, but we'll get into all that now. And sizing wise,
It's the 56.
Yeah.
Felt like a perfect size.
I thought I would want like a 59 or 50, the next size up.
Yeah.
But this felt just right. And it felt like it was right on par with the Mountain Twins in terms of sizing.
Yeah.
Like if you get a 57 Mountain Twin, you probably want a 56 Aviator.
Of all of these boards, I could have gone bigger on this one.
You could have.
Yeah.
For our specs and our weight, this felt okay. I think, though, this board does like a lighter rider than Peter and I.
Yeah.
Because it felt a little bucky for us. Shape, kind of twin-ish, kind of in that directional shape, but still not like one of those like tapered directional boards per se. It's got this camber profile that just feels different than all the other Jones boards. The spoon tech starts earlier, it seems like. Starts where the camber's ending. It feels stable underfoot, like one footing and flat basing. In good snow, as it gets harder, it feels a little more edgeless, like you have to lean a little further over or weight a little more centered on the board. So it doesn't track and feel the same underfoot as, let's say, the Twins next to us or the Frontier. Those seem to be hybrid camber with the spoon tech starting pretty much as it ends. Where this feels a little more washy for me. Did you feel that?
I mean, the snow was really soft and good soft at the time. I didn't think that this was nearly as washy as like that Arbor over there.
Oh yeah, and we rode this with the Aguchi camber.
Both of them felt washy to me though.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel the wash on this.
You felt more wash than the Mountain Twins.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And getting into the flex.
It's just stiff. It's medium stiff.
It is.
It's on the very stiff side of medium stiff.
It's lively.
A very explosive pop on this one.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the Twins.
Yeah, it's a step up from the Jones Mountain Twin and a massive step up from the Ultra Mountain Twin.
Yeah.
And kind of like about the same step up from the Frontier too. And this just ollies. Buttering was a little more work.
I couldn't do it. But
I could barely do it. It just didn't feel that buttery, but again, my legs were dead. As far as speed goes, this base is super fast. It's got glide. Jones they make one of the fastest bases at this price point, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because there's only a few factories that make bases out there, but for some reason, this base from Jones is faster than almost any other base I've tried. Uneven terrain. This thing bucks and bounces for our weight.
And bounces.
That was the deal breaker for me with this board. I'm like, I can get past the spoon tech and the camber profile. I can figure that out. But this is the board for if you weigh as much as we do. You're going to want to ride this in good conditions and then bail.
If you're up there first chair, and you just ride those 2 hours, that's great. This board is going to shine in that condition.
Yeah.
The moment it starts getting mixed up and the riffraff start to come and all the hungover people come in like 11 o'clock and start chopping up every line, and you start having to ride all over that stuff. You really
and then you
feel
stop and have a drink with them and
Yep.
stay on the mountain and then
Exactly.
really start having fun.
Yeah.
You probably want to be on the Frontier, the Jones Mountain Twin, or even the Ultra Mountain
Just
Twin.
something a little more damp, a little more forgiving.
Now, if you're lighter, this might not apply to you.
Might not apply to you at all.
Like, for example, Steph on the Earhart, she weighs like a feather. She's like, what, 110 pounds or something like
I don't
that.
even think.
She's like, I didn't even notice that. And if you're like 150 pounds, you're fine. But if you're 185 pounds, you're not going to like it. You're going to have a bad time.
Yep.
Very competent edge hold. You need to weight your feet correctly to get the edge hold to work. Like, in some hard conditions, if I'm into a carve in hard conditions, I feel the edge holding, and as I start to bring that weight towards the back foot to get that, like, kind of a laid back, a little more surfy carve, it would wash on me. Or I'd come in and I had my edge and then I'd hit a harder patch, and it would engage that spoon on the side. It would wash out a little bit on me.
Feel that quick slip.
Yeah. So you got to really keep your weight between your feet and really press it in centered, and get that part without the spoon tech to engage hard. Then it's okay. Turn initiation and carving, definitely just a touch quicker than the Ultra Mountain Twin and Mountain Twin, I thought, but really close. Really close.
This one definitely took a step up, but it sacrificed a lot of its dampness, for that. So, like, definitely doing a trade-off there. But the turn initiation is definitely quicker in this thing.
It was funny. When I was riding in harder conditions, when you didn't get the lotto to get in to ride Bachelor, they all felt really similar. Like just shade. Like, I would say these are all like a 3.5, right? Then we got it on softer, wetter snow. Then you started to notice this rolled a little faster edge to edge.
Yeah.
But then as you engage the side cut, I feel like it's kind of like the Jones Mountain Twins too, maybe a little bit faster, but once you, like, the edge to edge is quick, but once you get it on side cut, it still feels consistent with that edge to edge. It doesn't create the super tight circle, but you can circle carve, you can make wide radius turns really well. It likes to point it a little bit. It likes that, like, long drawn out turns like this going down the mountain. It's just not a super tight circle carver or a real tight spot rider, but I would probably prefer this in the trees over the Jones Mountain Twins for sure.
Interesting. If I got mixed up into some unsavory snow in the trees, though, I think that I wouldn't like it as much. Just simply because of the bumping.
The
and bucking
uneven
action.
terrain, yeah. I think this could turn around moguls and bumps better, but
if I'm hitting
But anytime you hit that off, you're like, so it's like, what do you want? Do you want a little slower turning, less chattery, or faster turning and way more chattery?
right? You got to make that decision.
You make
yourself.
the call.
Gentle readers.
Yes. Powder. It has more camber, but it has more spoon and more directional float than the Mountain Twins. And it's kind of almost there with the Frontier.
And definitely with the slightly lifted spoon nose, and especially this one where it's even more pronounced in powder, you are going to feel that beautiful roll that Jones is just working on edge to edge, that if you haven't tried the spoon tech, it makes a difference. You really feel it in the powder. It helps with the float. It helps with just this sexiness, this glide.
Yeah, and we've never really gotten this in the deep, but I would say,
but every spoon tech nose has the same personality in the powder.
Totally. I would just say with that extra camber, you need that extra setback to be about on par with the Jones Mountain Twin. I think the Frontier is going to be a little better than all three of these boards, and this would probably be about the same as I just don't think it's going to blow minds, but it's great for a one board quiver. Great. And that's why we call this all mountain, because it does set back pretty far back on board so you can get some directional float. But overall, this will tickle your taint if you're a light guy. If you're like us it might ruin, you might not be as happy.
I just want something a little more damp, But say you got a friend who's a pilot and he never ever fails to mention it at any party, and he's got that kind of skrill to throw out, and he wants a board that reflects
Pre-COVID skrill.
He wants a board that reflects his profession in life. You have the Jones Aviator.
Voila.
Kind of like in foreplay when you're trying not to do it. Then you have that little quick slip, You're just like, whoa.
See, there's that form of
slightly uncomfortable. Jones.
Slightly uncomfortable. Not too uncomfortable to where you haven't changed the channel yet.
Back to the Aviator.
Yeah. All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight. We're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite. Then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the Me Harmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.